Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I'm going to be talking about all of the books I would like to read in the month of September. So let's go. It's hard to believe fall is like literally approaching, and I'm so excited. It's like one of my favorite times of the year is when like the leaves start changing, Halloween, cozy. It's socially acceptable to wear a sweater outside. Not salty. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into all of the books I would like to read this month. I'm currently reading Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, which I've been so excited about, and I'm not going to get into my thoughts about this. I'm about halfway through, honestly, and you'll just have to wait for my wrap up. But this one involves a girl named Bea, and she basically her whole life she's been very poor, basically has gotten the short stick of life and everything, and basically she moves to this new town after a tragic event and meets this guy named Samson, and I don't know, they fall in love. You know, what else is new in a Colleen Hoover? But of course something's going to happen to where their relationship is tested. So I haven't got there yet, so I don't really know what happens. So really enjoying this one so far. Love it. Cannot wait to finish it. All right, moving on to books that I have not started yet. I have As Long As We Both Shall Live by Joanne Chaney. Haven't heard many people talk about this one, and I think I've mentioned this one in a potential like TBR video before, but never got around to it. But I've heard this one has been compared to like Gone Girl, which is interesting. I know this has to do with a married couple who are kind of struggling, you know, with their relationship, and they decide to go on like a hiking trip or a camping trip, and somehow the wife falls off a cliff and dies, or I don't know if they found the body or not, but everyone suspects it's the husband. So yeah, very interested to get to this one. And if you didn't already know this, I am a huge fan of The Roanoke Girls by Amy Ingalls, so I decided to pick up from my library The Familiar Dark. I have no idea what this one is about. I know Jacqueline just finished this one, and from what I've kind of got from her response about this, I think it has to do with a daughter dying and a mother trying to figure out exactly what happened. So I don't know. I really like the writing style of The Roanoke Girls, so I'm really excited to see what this one is about. I've heard really good things, but I've heard some not so good things. So I don't know. Mixed reviews from a few different people, so I'm kind of excited to get to this one. One of my like most underrated favorite authors is Lucinda Berry. I've only read one book from her, so I can't really say she's like a favorite, but I read The Perfect Child and I absolutely loved it. So I'm really excited to get to When She Returned by Lucinda Berry. This one has to do with a woman who was kidnapped in like a Target parking lot. She was a wife and a mother to like a small child, and years later she has been found. Well, her husband has been remarried and her daughter is now a teenager, and basically they think that she may have been kidnapped by some kind of cult, which I'm all about cult books recently, so I'm super excited to get to this one too as well. And yeah, I'll definitely let you know my thoughts on this one. The next one I saw on Goodreads and I instantly knew I had to read this one, and I was so excited because I only had to wait a few days for it to like be published. And it is One Step Behind by Lauren North. I haven't heard too many people talk about this one, but if I remember correctly, it is about a woman who has a stalker, but she's also married. So like the synopsis doesn't really say anything about like the husband and like what he does to prevent the stalker, but this woman has a stalker. I think she's like a nurse as well in the hospital, and her stalker actually gets admitted to the hospital and she has to care for him. So that's really interesting. And then at the top it says, how far will she go to take back control of her life? I'm super excited to read this one. I hope I get to read this one next, honestly. The other one I want to talk about is also by Lauren North, and it's The Perfect Son, and it's been on my shelf for quite a bit. This one says, when Tess wakes up from a hospital the day after her son Jamie's 8th birthday, she's sure of 3 things. Her husband died 3 months ago, she's been stabbed, and her son is missing. She suspects her brother-in-law and her grief therapist are involved, but no one is listening to her. Yeah, sign me up. I'm hoping I really like Lauren North's writing style because I would like to knock both of these out pretty soon. The next three are actually pretty new books I just recently purchased. So yeah, I have Lies, Lies, Lies by Adele Parks. I'm not 100% sure what this one is about, but it says, after years together, the arrival of longed-for daughter Millie sealed everything in place. Their happy little family of 3. So what if Simon drinks a bit too much sometimes? Daisy's used to it. She knows he's just letting off steam. Until one night at a party, things spiral horribly out of control, and their happy little family of 3 will never be the same again. Yeah, enough said. Also, the next book, I have waited 4 months for my library to let me have a copy, and I still haven't, I'm still on the waiting list, so I just decided to pick it up myself. I have My Dark Vanessa, which I've heard great things about this book, but I've also heard it's a pretty controversial topic. So it's about a 15-year-old girl who ends up falling into some type of relationship with her 42-year-old English teacher, which is, problematic, but I don't think it's like a romance. I think it has to do with like abuse, both maybe mentally, physically. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think this is also kind of based on the author's story. So I'm very much interested to see what this one is about and see how I feel about this. And the last one is The Girl from Widow Hills. I have never read a Megan Miranda book. Don't come at me, but I never have. But this one seemed really interesting. I think it has to do with like sleepwalking, which is kind of unusual in a thriller, but I'm really excited. And I have the audiobook for this one, so I'm ready to like knock this one out too as well. Alright guys, that is everything for my September TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram. It's at @readingwithjess_. I try to post some reviews and other bookish content there. And I guess I will see you guys in an upcoming video. Bye!